Hello, my lovely YouTube family, and welcome to your reading. We are going to be looking into messages from Apollo. This is going to be a pretty cut to the chase, basic kind of reading. Anything goes with this. Who knows what kind of messages are going to come up? It's just what he has to say. We obviously have three groups here, group 1, group 2, group 3. Please do remember that this is a general reading and not a personal one. So there's no reason to take anything personally. If something is not resonating, just take what does, leave the rest. If you feel drawn to listen to more than one group, obviously there's a reason for this. Please pay attention to what your intuition is telling you, and go with it. And always, it serves its purpose and is never going to do you wrong, okay? And know the difference between ego and intuition, okay? They're totally separate things. If you would like to get a personal reading, I do them over on my Patreon. The link is to that, and information on how to book readings through me is in the drop-down box. So go ahead and select whichever group's calling to you, and let's see what Apollo has to say. For my Carnelian, thank you. God, Mercury retrograde. Whew, let me tell you, this is for my Carnelian group. This is such a cool piece of Carnelian, I think. Look at that, druzy. Anyway, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what Apollo has to say here for y'all. Wow, we have solar eclipse. Holy shit. We had a big time solar eclipse here in April in Aries, and we literally have Aries card. We have the Knight of Wands, we have Emperor, we have Knight of Wands, and we have the Death card. This is Scorpio and my boy Hades. Look at that. We have Zeus and Hades and Icarus here, okay? And we have the solar eclipse. I feel like that the solar eclipse in Aries really triggered some serious events and endings in your life. In particular, could be with somebody who is a fire sign, but at the same time, like that was the lunar eclipse. And then the solar eclipse is bringing someone who's very fiery, very passionate, very Mars ruled, because we have the Emperor and which is Aries, and this is Scorpio. Both are more Mars ruled. Pluto is the modern ruler, along with Mars for Scorpio. So I'm really feeling this deep, heavy energy where some of you could have two people coming in who is more, they've definitely got an Aries sun or rising, and then a Scorpio sun or rising, or maybe it's literally an Aries with a Scorpio rising or a Scorpio with an Aries rising. Woo, charming. Okay, so very passionate. Fuck. Very Mars. Ouch. Libido. Okay. Let's see what's going on here with the solar eclipse. Today, your energy is at a low... bear with me. I can't wait till this Mercury retrograde is over. It is just beating my ass into a bloody pulp. I'm not kidding. Okay. Anyway, this is me today. This card, I hear, this is for you guys, but I'm right here with you on this one. Today, your energy is at a low point. It's important to take the time to re-energize yourself. Do not give more than you take today. It is okay to say no. So that is his advice to you today, especially if somebody who is very passionate, very fiery, very, come on, let's do this, go, 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 who is very cardinal or fixed energy, okay? Especially if the person is fixed energy, they might not know how to take no for an answer straight up. But you guys need to stand your ground and set your boundaries and make sure, to say no. If you are feeling like under the weather, or you're feeling very tired and worn out, maybe this person is like, let's go party. Yeah. You're like, no, let's just stay in and, hang out and have a nice glass of wine and relax and watch some freaking movies or something like that. I feel like that's going to be the better choice for you guys when it comes to this. Because remember, if you fly too close to the sun, you're going to get burned, baby. It's like partying too much, you're going to get burned. Exerting too much energy, you're going to get burned. It's very important that this group make sure that you speak up and you communicate. But also I want to say that there is going to be somebody, if they haven't already showed up in your life, who's going to embody this kind of energy, who's going to be extraordinarily passionate. They're going to bring a lot of transformation into your life. And I get the sense there's an age difference. This person is mature and they could come off a little stern, but they are fair. They are just. And it's so funny because these two are brothers. Oh, straight up, they could have a brother. Okay. This is total masculine energy. Like when you meet this person, they could be with their brother. Okay. Now, depending on which one, this is king archetype, and this is obviously the king of the underworld archetype. I feel like one of them is very musically inclined, okay? Because I'm seeing all those music notes there. I mean, that's obviously Orpheus, and he's like, you know, playing the music, you know, the whole story with that, to Hades and Persephone, and they got moved by his music. And so they were like, okay, well, but you can't look. And he looks anyway. And what a big dummy. He did that, right? But you live and you learn. Okay. And maybe he needed to learn the hard way, yeah? So anyways, I get the sense, like, and also I get the sense not only like this person could be someone who is from a very prominent family or is very high up status wise within their career. They could be a CEO, executive kind of thing, own a business, something like this, because we're dealing with the emperor. Okay. They're definitely like, you know, have a leadership quality. They could be a head of an organization, work in some sort of government job. The death card represents anything having to do with like military or army in particular. This could be somebody who is a financial advisor, a financial insurance broker. Maybe they're like a stockbroker or something like this. This person could be some sort of counselor, like a bereavement counselor. They could be... they definitely could work in dealing with somebody else's resources. So I almost get the sense like when you meet this person, it's through travel, because we have the Knight of Wands. They're from a completely different area than you, but also it's like they work for their brother, or they're brothers that work side by side within a family business. And one of them is the financial advisor and one of them is like the head honcho. I almost get the sense that you're attracted. Why do I feel like a lot of people pick this group? Some of you will be attracted more to a person that's more like the emperor. The others, you know, like the Zeus archetype, which is the king archetype. And this is somebody who is looking for somebody who looks good on their arm, who is going to, like when they go out in public, they're going to make them like for status, like, you know, arm candy. They're looking for a trophy wife, okay? And then the person who is more like the Hades energy wants quality. They want true love. They are devoted. You know, they're very private. They're kind of shy. They're fucking powerful as all get out. They know how to speak those sweet words that make you want to stay. They're very intense, but they're very fair, very just, very kind, very nurturing. Okay, I'm just feeling that. Everyone, you know, seems to think that Hades is a scary, uber stern kind of guy, but there's more to him than that, much, much more. So anyway, that is what I am seeing here for this group. So be prepared, especially if you're like traveling, that you will run into some very interesting people, very masculine. Solar eclipses always bring masculine energy into the life. When we're dealing with them, lunar, will be saying goodbye to somebody. I mean, even if the person is feminine energy, they're going to have this larger than life kind of powerful, they're very in touch with their masculine side. You know what I'm saying? So for the people who are, you know, into the ladies, it's going to still be the same thing, but this person is going to exude this kind of power player kind of energy, and they're very in touch with their masculine side. Okay. All right, guys, so that's it. That's all I'm seeing for this group. Thank you so much for your support. Please make sure to like, subscribe. If you'd like to check out more readings by me or get on one of my personal reading tiers, you can do that over on Patreon. Link to that is in the drop-down box below. Thanks for everything, and I will catch you next time. Hi, Bumblebee Jasper people. This is going to be your reading. Let's see what Apollo has to say to you guys. Bumblebee Jasper is very, you know, solar plexus chakra, so this definitely has to do with personal power, I feel. And we have honey, sweet honey, baby. We have the Queen of Swords, we have the Knight of Swords, and we have the Hangman. This is Neptunian energy over here. Okay, for the honey, sweet honey, Apollo speaks. Let's see what he has to say. The sweetest honey is guarded by the toughest of stings. Never take advantage of those that are kind to you. Be grateful for even the smallest gifts that they give. Never ask more of someone than they are willing to give, or disrespect those that are kind to you. Being selfish and ungrateful will lead to nothing but your own suffering in the end. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. And we have all this sword cutting energy. I get the sense this is a warning to you guys. You know, whether you're this Queen of Swords energy or this Knight of Swords energy, this is telling you, you need to take a step back, chill the fuck out, and watch what the fuck you say to people. Okay? Because you could end up like Prometheus here, doomed to suffer over and over and repeat a lot of pain in your life because of what you say. The Queen of Swords, when she's working in her positive energy, and this is Athena, this is Perseus, and this is Prometheus, okay? Look into the stories of those. I get the sense where if you're too impulsive and you charge forth and you shoot your mouth off before thinking, you will cut your nose off despite your face in this situation. And it just won't be good, okay? You're going to end up like him in a world of suffering, in a world of hurt. Some of you could even end up in a like such a freaking downward spiral that you literally end up turning to things like addictions that to help to mask the pain, whether that's alcohol, overeating, or drugs, or anything. Okay, that has to do with changing the consciousness level. Just be very cautious with that, okay? Because the Queen of Swords, when she's working in her positive energy, she has been through battle and back, and so she's a little bit jaded, but she's very witty and charming. She's very professional, and she's cool as ice, but she's still very magnanimous. But when she's working in her negative energy, she's a fucking raging bitch. And she's very cold and very mean and nasty. This is warning you to watch it. Sometimes you need to approach situations with a little honey and a lot less vinegar. You need to stay the hell out of gossip. You need to stop being so impulsive in certain situations because you could end up hanging from the rafters there and you did it to yourself, you know? The Knight of Swords is very forward energy. Also, if you're dealing with somebody who is this kind of personality, who is total big mouth gossip, don't get don't get stuck in like, you know, that sappiness, okay? And that, don't let them like, you know, anybody who's used honey or eaten honey, especially as it starts to harden, it's very difficult to like, you know, it's very sticky. Okay, I feel like if you get associated with anybody like this, that shitty attitude and that shitty negativity is going to stick to you, and it's going to be sticky and it's going to follow you wherever you go. This is warning you to stay out of it. Watch what you say, stay away from gossips, look out for who you associate with, or else you're going to end up upside down. You're going to be seeing the world from a whole new set of eyes, but not in a good way. On the flip side, those of you who do treat people kindly, who speak gentle, who are magnanimous, like I said, who are loving, compassionate, things like this, you are definitely going to be quite successful. And it also shows a high level of intelligence, emotional intelligence. And that is very, you know, Athena, you know, because she's all about wisdom and stuff like this. And you will be able to charge forth to victory, and you will be seeing the world from a new set of eyes, but you're going to be looking at it in a very compassionate, loving way. And it's just going to open up a new possibility of creativity, because that's what Neptune energy is. It's the higher octave of Venus, and it is very creative, very passionate, very ethereal, I'm in touch with the divine. This Apollo is basically saying it's time for you guys to make sure that you are in tuned with your highest good and the divine. And stay the hell out of that murky, shitty, negative, backstabbing sword, okay, kind of energy. Don't be a backstabber. You know, there's a whole lot of that out there in the world. People who are jealous twats, you know, who just seek to find vengeance because they think that they can't do extraordinary things and they see somebody else doing it, so they have to shit all over their parade. Those people need to go get therapy, and they need to find out who the fuck they are. Watch out also for somebody. Okay, now I want to explain something to you before I say this, because I see too many young people especially throwing this word around and they don't even fucking know what it means really. They haven't really delved into it to really truly understand. But some of you could be dealing with a narcissist. And just make sure you're not a narcissist. Okay, now let me explain to you what narcissism is. Every single fucking human being on the face of this earth is has a level of narcissism, okay? Because you do it for boundaries and protection. It is part of the ego, okay? And you have to have some form of it. It just comes with the territory. It helps to protect you, okay? But it's like there's a scale. And most people are, down lower on the narcissism scale. But when you're dealing with a real, true narcissist, they're way the fuck on the other end of the scale. And it's like, it's like 1% to 2% of the population of Earth is like this, where they have narcissistic personality disorder, okay? Not everybody, just because somebody disagrees with you, you cannot sit there and point a finger and call them narcissist. That would be like saying you're a red flag over your head, saying that you're the one who's the narcissist. It's like people disagree. People don't see eye to eye. That's the way the world goes. Okay. That's reality. So I don't care what they've been teaching in schools for, however long they've been teaching this swill, because that's what it is, swill, to make you believe that everybody deserves a trophy and everybody gets along. And, oh, you're not allowed to think outside the box, and you're not allowed to think for yourself and have your own fucking opinion. That's just bullshit. That's not human. Okay. That's being a robot. And that's why there's so much stress, and why certain generations who are younger look fucking older than the older generations, you guys, because they're so stressed out that they're afraid they're going to ruffle somebody's feathers if they have a fucking thought or an opinion or emotional intelligence for themselves. And they feel like that they can't step outside and have protective boundaries because of it. So you guys need to watch your ass with that and understand. Don't be pointing. I feel like somebody here loves to use that word abusively and call everybody a narcissist when they don't agree with them or something, okay? You need to go and you need to read about what that really fucking means. And you need to cite more than one fucking source and go to actual professionals to learn, get that information. It's some scary ass shit. It's very sad. I find it sad. I pity those people because they're just fucking their own life so bad. It's just disgusting, and it's really, it's sad. Okay. So, just make sure that you yourself are not pointing the finger, calling everybody that, and make sure you understand what that term means. But if you're dealing with somebody like this, please take good care of yourself. Okay. Pull yourself back, because you could end up in a repetitive cycle where you're so fucking depressed and stuff because this person is going to pull you through the ringer. That it's just really unhealthy. Okay. Seek professional guidance and help if you are having to deal with this kind of a situation, because it's awful. All right. Seriously. I mean, if any of you are dealing with it, my love goes out to you. It's horrible. And I have been all over my country and lived in different places. And I do understand that and this is true, in certain areas, there's definitely a higher concentration with people who have a tendency to lean towards the freaking extreme when it comes to that. So, all right. Just take good care of yourselves, guys. You will be all right. Just watch what you say. Watch how you act. Be very cautious of your actions, or they will come back to haunt you. Okay, take the high road here, please. Find peace, start meditating or something. Do whatever the fuck it takes to not be that way, okay? Or not deal with that, all right? So that's it. That's what I'm seeing for this group. Wow. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. If you'd like to get a personal reading from me, the information, you can head over to my Patreon also to see all the freaking hundreds of bonus videos I have. And book readings over there as well. Okay, all that information is in the drop-down box. Thank you guys for being with me, and I'll catch you next time. My last group, for my pineapple calcite people, when I first saw this, I fucking loved it because it kind of reminds me of like the little wedgies of pineapple that you get. Totally, and it's pineapple calcite, so it cracked me up kind of. But anyway, this is going to be your reading. Let's take a look and see what Apollo has to say to you. We've had some interesting messages come up thus far. Wow, we have Pegasus. Okay. I feel like you guys could be definitely flying high. We have the High Priestess. Fuck yeah, my girl, Persephone. Okay. It's funny because her her man came up in a different group. But yeah, Persephone's showing up for you guys. This is my card too. Woo, I love it. So if you guys, I believe I posted this on my Patreon, how to figure out your personal tarot card. I have a post about that. And if you do go over to my Patreon and you join, you can put it in the search tool to, you know, figure out, to find that post. But yeah, I did talk about this. Some people have more than one, depending on your life path number. But this is definitely one of mine right here. We have the 2. So if you guys are seeing 222, this is definitely a sign from the gods that you, they're trying to send you messages. So whatever you're thinking or doing at the time of witnessing this, and I'm not just talking about on the friggin' clock, you guys, if you are seeing this everywhere, you look, okay, then this is definitely a sign. So pay attention. And we have the Hierophant, and this is 5, and this is Chiron, great sage and tutor of heroes. And the High Priestess, of course, is Persephone, which is, you know, queen of the underworld. So we have Taurus energy. We have lunar energy here. Pegasus. Okay, so let's see what Apollo says here with Pegasus first before I get into interpretation. Today you are surrounded by people who share your thoughts and mindset. Do not be afraid to speak your mind to them and use this as an opportunity to have your thoughts echoed back to you. Any disagreements today merely stem from a place of constructive criticism on your shared path towards achieving your goals. And I feel like what this is talking about is for some of you, coming up here, especially in the, like, where you make your money and the career front, because this is Taurus energy, this is second house energy, which is where you make your money, your personal assets, your income, right? Like you could be like having some heavy, deep discussions with a specific feminine kind of energy who is your superior. You know, this person is older than you. They've been around longer than you. You guys could be debating and doing some sort of negotiations or planning that is going on, because that's what the Two of Wands is all about. You could be discussing, you know, some sort of new leadership position, or you guys could have just been put into a new leadership position. For those of you who are dealing with court cases or something like this, I feel like the truth is going to come out. And I don't know, I just feel like there's like some healing energy here, because Chiron is the healer, is the wounded healer to be exact. Look to see where your Chiron is in your natal chart as well. Like literally Google it, go read more than one site, please. Or there's even books on just Chiron that you can pick up. It is the wound that never heals within your natal chart, but it is literally also the key to unlocking great power and healing within your natal chart. So the more you work with Chiron energy, the better off you're going to be, especially if you're having any kind of struggles in life. Some of you, again, I feel like for those of you at the career who are definitely like working and planning and negotiations or something like this, you know, it's going to get real deep and intellectual as you converse. So I don't know, there's something that you're going to be dealing with in particular, some sort of, like where you're at, like in the position you're at, the place of work, the place of your business, it's some kind of organization with very strong traditions and beliefs. Some of you, this could have to do also with university, like you could be in a debate class or something like this, or like you're going over your bookkeeping, like for some of you who are accountants or dealing with that, there can be some heavy discussions where you're working alongside with someone, and there could be like, what the fuck are we going to do with the funds? Where's this going? Where's that money going? Blah, 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 blah. You know, like you're like within an organization, you're there to help balance the books and figure shit out. And there could be some serious debating going on about that. But I see with the High Priestess being here, you really need to trust your gut and your intuition with this, especially when it comes to planning and negotiations. And straight up, the people in business who trust their intuition and listen to it the most are the most successful. period. I have studied a lot of people in the business community, and when I was in college myself and studying specific business models and things like this, I read about this a lot, like how like the most intuitive, most amazing people, they really trust their gut and their intuition. Think about it. It's like we have the masters of the technology who changed everything. We have Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. What are their zodiac signs? Pisces and Scorpio. Water signs, two highly intuitive people, and look where it took them. You know, I will mention there's some other ones that I can think of right now, but I ain't gonna freaking put their names out here because I can't stand their asses. And they're too selfish for my taste. So, but anyway, you know, again, they're water signs. So yeah, very, very intuitive, very, I mean, and look at the difference between Bill and and Steve. It's like their personalities are completely different in what they were about. You know, it's kind of cool, like to see and like look at the differences and like, you know, what's the difference between a Scorpio person and a Pisces person when it comes to this. Very interesting. But I get the sense that in this case, really listen to that intuition, you guys. It won't do you dirty and it'll put you out on top. Okay. All right. Anything else? For some of you, you guys could be sitting down and you could be negotiating also with a female in your life and like having some heavy duty talks, getting together and moving past some sort of pain that has recently happened. Or maybe you guys have a history together where there's been a lot of hurt and a lot of pain. And I see you guys sitting down and hashing it out. And because of this, it's like you're going to learn a lot about one another, and it's going to like create a bond. And it's a very beautiful kind of energy, a very healing, like I feel like relief, like a sigh of relief. It's like a boulder is lifted off those shoulders, you guys. And you're finally going to move past it, but it all requires communication. It requires talk. And you guys need to learn and understand compromise and negotiations and listening to each other. Okay. You really have to listen to each other. Okay. All right. So that's it. That's all I'm seeing for this group. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss a video from me. If you would like to get a personal reading or look at the hundreds of videos that I have and articles and things like this over on my Patreon, the link to that is in the drop down box below. Thank you guys for being with me, and I will catch you next time. Bye.